Out right now to give his acceptance speech. Governor Cuomo.
A big round of appreciation. This is a little bittersweet because we're losing a really extraordinary public servant in Bob Duffy. I'm going to miss him on a professional level, a personal level. Let's give Bob Duffy a round of applause. I want to thank our co-chairs of the campaign, Ruben Diaz and Crystal Peoples-Stokes. I want to thank Mayor Bill de Blasio and Speaker Sheldon Silver, Congressman Rangel and the whole delegation. Give them a round of applause. Senator Andrea Stewart-Cousins, Melissa Mark Viverito, Controller Scott Stringer, Leticia James. Big round of applause for County Executive Mahoney, County Executive Pacenti, and County Executive Ed Mangano, who crossed party lines to endorse us.
Looks like we just lost Governor Cuomo, who was accepting.
And if we get that back, we'll take you back to that speech. I have a feeling it's going to go on for a little while, so we hopefully can join that after he gets done thanking all the folks. And he probably has a lot of people to thank tonight, Barbara.
Yes, he probably does. Well, we'll see the percentage that he actually carries when we have all the precincts reporting.
Because he may have won overall, but you're saying it's not a total victory if he didn't carry a certain percentage.
Well, if he doesn't carry above 55%, I think he's going to feel as though he was hurt by a number of things upstate. The SAFE Act, Howie Hawkins, Teach-Out, the primary against Teach-Out, Zephyr Teach-Out. So there are a number of things he's going to be looking at. I think the interesting thing will be to see just how well Howie Hawkins does, because Howie Hawkins' vote probably represents a vote of rather disaffected Democrats that turned out for him instead of going for Cuomo.
All right, I understand we have him back now. Let's go back to the governor's acceptance speech down in New York City at the Sheraton.
On the government side, to Larry Schwartz, Jim Malatras, Stephanie Benton, Melissa DeRosa, and Linda Lacewell. Let's give them a round of applause. To the Women's Equality team, Chris Quinn and Neil Cole, thank you very much. Let me say this, my friends. We began our journey 4 years ago with some very clear directions. We charted a course with two bearings. We were going to return New York State to the state of fiscal stability and responsibility, and we were going to restore New York State as the progressive capital of the nation. We said that we would be not, we said, okay. Thank you. We said that we would not be pushed or pulled by the extreme forces on the left or the right, that we would always remember the guiding star is service to the people. And the entire enterprise is about helping the student, the patient, the taxpayer, the citizen, and it's not about growing the bureaucracy or the lobbyists or the special interests. Well, we were true to those principles, and we did what we said we were going to do, and we delivered for the people of this state. We broke decades of gridlock when we passed 4 budgets on time in a row. We reduced spending. We reduced taxes for the middle class to the lowest level in the 50s. 4 years ago, we had a $10 billion deficit. Today, we have a $4 billion surplus. You should applaud that. 4 years ago, thank you. 4 years ago, we had 800,000 people unemployed, more than any time since the Great Depression. We then created 500,000 new jobs. Today we have 7.6 million jobs in the state of New York, more jobs than have ever existed before in New York State. my friends, we brought those jobs to places that were long left behind, from the South Bronx to South Buffalo. We replaced despair with hope, and today the bright sunlight of opportunity shines in places that were too long in the shadows. At the same time, we made New York more progressive, with marriage equality, with gun safety, the most progressive tax code in the country. I am proud to be the governor who will go down in history for closing more prisons than any other governor in the history of the state. My friends, we enrolled more than 1 million New Yorkers through the Affordable Health Care Exchange, and we invested $1 billion in affordable housing. And as Kathy said, we are just getting started. We're going to raise the minimum wage for working families. We're going to pass the Women's Equality Act, because discrimination and inequality against women stops in New York State. We're going to pass public finance. We're going to pass the DREAM Act. We're going to attack property taxes that are strangling New York homeowners. And we will not stop until our education system is the best in the nation, because our children don't deserve second best. My friends, I feel good about what we did, and I feel good about how we did it. Our efforts were all about unifying people and growing the state. We said that New York is at its best when it acts like a family, honoring each other's rights and responsibilities. We said that what makes New York special is that while others are challenged by diversity, we celebrate it. We look at that Statue of Liberty in the harbor, who opens her arms and says, "Come one, come all." We ask you to join the state of New York. While other states are putting up walls, we're inviting people in. And we celebrate.
Obviously, watching Governor Cuomo give his acceptance speech down there, talking about progressive capitalization, standing there with his 3 daughters and Sandra Lee, his girlfriend, and a good night for the governor, of course.
Yes, always giving a rousing speech. Just when you think he's going to wrap it up, he's speaking and goes to, so we'll, of course, get back to him for more.
More after this.